LowellArts presents Cole Hansen, April Featured Artist, connecting you with the people behind the music.
Hello, my name is Cole Hansen, and I am the April 2023 LowellArts Featured Artist. You had a couple questions for me, so I'm just going to answer those. Your first question was, what are your plans in the coming months? I'm actually in the middle of recording my third album of original music. I'm calling it Songs of Love and Dragons. For this album, I'm working with Joe Hedinga, who used to be with Third Coast Recording. He's got a home studio that we've been working out of. And I've also got a couple of the guys involved, Zach Dubay on drums, and Justin Avdek will be playing some bass on the album. I'm releasing this one a little bit differently, actually, in that I'm going to be releasing 4 EPs throughout the year, each with 3 songs on them. And I just released the first 3 songs at the end of March. I'm super excited for everyone to hear these songs. For this first EP, I recorded, the first 2 songs have been fan favorites for over a decade now. And I finally decided to record them. One is called Tightrope Walker, and the other is called 26-Inch Beauty, which is about my bicycle. And there's also a brand new original called Up to You, which is kind of a fun, upbeat anthem about creating your own happiness. And the EP I'm releasing in June will include the song I wrote and sang to my husband on our wedding day. And it will also have 2 other love songs, both with super different vibes. The second question you had was, do you have any artistic collaboration plans? My husband Nate and I are actually going to be starting a podcast centered around confidence. Where and what does it come from? Where and who does it come from? How do you get more of it? You never know seeing me perform because I do a pretty good job of hiding it, I guess. And I've worked really hard at looking the part on stage, but I've had self-esteem issues for a very long time, off and on. So the subject has always fascinated me. And I'm just fascinated by how the brain works and how confidence can really affect so many parts of our lives. So I'm just kind of interested in digging into that, and I'd love to shine a new light on the topic while hopefully, helping a few people in the process. I'm also working with an illustrator right now to design my children's book, which is in the works. It is called Just Keep Breathing, and it's all about when you're feeling anxious, how you can calm yourself naturally using your breath. The next question you had was, what are your interests outside of music? So I love traveling, experiencing new people, culture, and cuisine. I'm a huge foodie. Continued education is also really important to me, so I enjoy documentaries and reading nonfiction, especially anything on mindfulness or self-improvement. I enjoy fiction for the magic, because I want to believe it's still out there. I spend a lot of time with my Australian cattle dog, Nova, who is actually sleeping at my feet right now. If you know anything about cattle dogs, you know that they need a lot. So I just try to give her what she needs every day. I enjoy cooking from scratch and making things with my hands. I find it extremely satisfying to create things with my hands. I love being in nature and quiet places. I'm a big fan of hiking and mountain biking, and honestly, just simple pleasures. I started learning Tai Chi and Qigong in late 2021. They are kind of moving meditation practices and also martial arts practices. And I've found both to be really beneficial in many areas of my life. So it's another thing I've enjoyed doing and plan to continue working on. I also just started volunteer work with GRPS, Grand Rapids Public Schools, and I love mentoring kids any chance I get to. Next question is, what strengths do you have that you believe make you a great musician? I actually decided to answer this question because I have a hard time calling out my wins, as do I think a lot of musicians. I have a hard time, I feel like I'm bragging if I'm saying what I'm good at. So I decided to answer this one. So adaptability and resilience for sure. Music is an ever-changing landscape, and I generally try to make the best out of every situation and try to look at what I can do rather than what I can't do. I've been told I'm really easy to work with, so that's really nice. I care deeply, deeply about the quality of my work, but music is supposed to be play, so I really try to create an open, relaxed, fun atmosphere for everyone to be in when they're working with me. I've always been concerned with continual improvement also. And with music, no matter how much you know, there's always more to know. And there's always something that you can learn. It's part of why I love music so much. You do have to put in the work, but for those willing to put in the time, music definitely can reward you in ways that you never imagined. The next question is, tell me about your favorite performance in your career. And my favorite performance in my career so far was actually my album release show for my Vote for Love album, which took place just last November 2022. My long-awaited first album was released in March of 2020, and since I didn't get to have a release show for my debut, it was a huge bummer, and I was really looking forward to just putting on an amazing performance. People who had never seen me with a full band before. I was just looking forward to being able to do that with a top-notch band and in a nice venue with really great sound. And the Midtown Listening Room, which used to just be called the Listening Room, hosted my release show. It was a ticketed event. My 15-year-old student Isabel opened for me, which was really special. Definitely look her up, Izubel. She's amazing. But I rehearsed every part of that show leading up to it, and I knew exactly where I wanted to talk and how long I wanted to talk for. I trusted the band completely, even though we had only rehearsed one time before that, after they tracked their parts for the album, so it was kind of crazy. But I just felt like I connected with my audience in a way that I had never before. It was a more meaningful, deeper level than I had been able to connect with them before, and that just felt really great. And I felt confident and focused, and but I still allowed myself to be vulnerable, which I think is really necessary for a show like that. There's got to be an energy exchange. But I even sold a bunch of Vote for Love tees and merch after the show, so that was really neat. And I went home feeling super high and validated and unstoppable. The next question is, how do you come up with ideas for new songs? Ideas for new songs seem to come to me pretty randomly, but they're definitely inspired by whatever my incoming stimuli is at the time. So I tend to write more after experiencing something for the first time, like a book, an event, a film, for instance. Live performances, like dance and comedy, inspire me also. When a song idea strikes me, I typically get a melodic idea first. Often it's a specific phrase or like how it rolls off the tongue that sparks a rhythmic or melodic idea for me, and then the rest of the song is just kind of built around that, I guess. I find some chords that I think go well with it, find a nice rhythm, but no song is created the same way, honestly. I like to explore writing from different points of view, and especially ones people don't automatically expect, like inanimate objects or from a different gender. I also try to keep my lyrics simple and universal so that my songs are more on the approachable to relatable side rather than too complex and wordy. Although I am a huge appreciator of the English language. Thanks so much for this opportunity, and I hope I see you out at one of my upcoming performances.
These cracks on my skin came with time, like the rust on my back and what's left of my tires. I can still take you where you desire. My favorite words are still, let's hit the road. Let's get out while I'm still running, while I still have life. Let's not waste it. My back's gotten creaky with each year, feel free to lean and I'll quiet your fear. You can rest here when you need a break. I can be your foundation when your legs are shaking. Just sit down, breathe in the moment, while I still have strength. Give me your burdens. There's still life in old things. There's still life in your bones. There is work to be done, stories yet to be told. Whatever your age, whatever your past, just keep looking forward. No need to look back anymore. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Have some issues inside, but under my roof is where your heart resides. My door is always open, don't you know? I'll be your refuge when cold winds are blowing. Come on in and make yourself at home, while the light's shining in, and I've got warmth to give. There's still life in old things. There's still life in your bones. There is work to be done, stories yet to be told. Whatever your age, whatever your past, just keep looking forward. No need to look back anymore.